Hi, this is Jim Waters, and welcome to the Equipment Management System from DRK Research and On Demand Analysis. The Equipment Management System was developed to help our customers reduce the cost of their construction equipment rentals. The costs we are referring to are not the obvious costs of multiplying the rental rate times the number of days on rent. What we are focusing on are the hidden costs of equipment rental. These are the costs due to inefficient operations and inadequate oversight. The first of these is lack of planning, leading to unnecessary time on rent. Low utilization percentage, leading to wasted time on site. Late returns, resulting in penalty charges from the supplier. Lost or broken equipment, resulting in expensive buyouts that were unanticipated. And late deliveries or wrong equipment, leading to project delays. This, of course, could be the most damaging of all the hidden costs of equipment rental. So, how does EMS help manage these hidden costs? First of all, EMS is a web-based supply chain collaboration system that connects suppliers and their customers via the Internet. EMS is a real-time information exchange that provides visibility to critical process information to both renters and rental equipment suppliers. Having clear visibility to current and future demand enables EMS users to make better decisions and to manage their process more efficiently. So, a company who needs to rent construction equipment fills out a rental request template and submits it to the system. This information goes into the EMS database, and that request is immediately made available to the rental equipment supplier. The supplier, in turn, will check his inventory, and if that equipment is available for the time period requested, he will return a confirmation to EMS, which is immediately made available to the renting company. Once the equipment has been delivered, the supplier will enter the specific equipment ID and the actual delivery date. The renting company will be on the lookout for the equipment, and when it has arrived, will notify the renter. Once the equipment is ready to be returned, an alert will be sent to both the renting company and to the rental equipment supplier, making them aware that it's ready to be picked up. Once the equipment has been returned, a return date will be entered and the actual usage hours of the equipment will be recorded. The estimated costs will now be recalculated based on the actual time on rent. As you can see, EMS provides the structure and the discipline to maintain an efficient workflow process. It provides the traceability of each transaction and the accountability of both renters and suppliers. In addition to managing the transactions on a real-time basis, EMS includes a business intelligence tool that can analyze and report on all of the transactions captured in the EMS database. Managers can track key metrics such as time on rent, late returns, and planned versus unplanned orders. Ad hoc reporting is available on all of the real-time data collected by EMS. Let's now take a look at a case study of a real-world EMS application. A large Canadian energy company started using the EMS system approximately 1 year ago. Prior to EMS, the average cost of rental for this company was a little over $2,000. The average days late were 88 days. 6% of the equipment had to be purchased because it was either broken or lost. And the annual spend for construction rental equipment was $15 million. After EMS was put into operation, approximately 1 year of use, the average cost of rental was $1,066, virtually cut in half. The average days late dropped from 88 to 2. There were virtually no buyouts required, and the annual spend dropped by more than 1/3. This is just one example of how effective EMS can be in reducing the hidden costs of construction equipment rental. Now, let's take a look at EMS in action. There are three types of users of the equipment management system. There is the rental requester, there is the vendor of the rental equipment, and there's the system administrator. I'm going to log on as a rental requester. The first page I see is the View Request page. Here, I can enter search criteria to identify any of the transactions that I have recorded in the database. Those transactions that are shown here are those that have not yet been confirmed by the vendor. You can see that key information is provided in each transaction, including any notes that may have been recorded in my communication to the vendor. If I want to see all of my transactions, I simply uncheck the Unconfirmed Only box and click the search button. Now the system will go out and return all of the transactions that I have. This would include all equipment currently on rent. And again, I can scroll and see all of this information. Even completed transactions are retained here. There is a point in time where this information can be archived and no longer viewed on this display. By rechecking the box and hitting search, I'll come back to those transactions I am most interested in, which are those that have yet to be confirmed. As I look at these transactions, the vendor is also looking at these transactions. If I were to log into the system as the vendor, I would see those same transactions, but backlit in a light red color. This would indicate that I need to take action on these transactions. In order to confirm a reservation, I need to drill down into the details so I can check what's available in our inventory. I see the information that's provided. They require a lift. This particular lift is an articulating boom, 45 to 49 feet. And I check that equipment availability in my local database, and if it's there and available for the dates that are identified, I simply click Confirm and update the request. You'll notice that record 436 now no longer appears on my to be confirmed list. As a system administrator, I have access to these maintenance displays that give me the ability to update information that works behind the scenes to support the application. For example, let's go to the Items page. Here, if new items are needed, I can add a new item and enter pertinent information about that item, including a short description, the vendor that I'm selecting as the preferred vendor for the equipment, various data including estimated cost information, and if in fact there are accessories, I can add information about accessories. Other information I might need to enter include contractors, contacts for those who are going to be responsible for the equipment while it's on site, drop points are the physical locations where the supplier needs to deliver the equipment, various equipment groups, location codes, various requesters who are registered in the system, and the vendors who are registered in the system. If I'm a manager, I might want to see some executive summary reports that give me information about how well the process is operating. For more detailed analysis and reporting, we can open the Business Intelligence tool from On Demand Analysis that is connected to the EMS database. With this tool, we can generate reports over time, analysis reports, and dashboard displays. Let's take a closer look at a by-month display. Here we have a report that's set up for these parameters described at the top of the report. We select these parameters via these drop-down menus. We can select Report By. We can select the metric of the report, in this case estimated cost. We can select a date type, a group name, and other parameters that will define our report. By clicking this yellow triangle, we'll refresh the report, and the system will go out to the EMS database and pull back the details we're looking for. So I now have a report of the group types and their costs across the months of the year. By clicking on 2010, I can sort this data, and by clicking on this horizontal bar chart tab, I can see a distribution of the costs across the various group names of equipment. I can also select certain parameters and do some simple bar charting. If I want to drill down and look at the details of some of the numbers that I'm looking at, I can simply select a number and drill down to the detail level. Here I'll see all the fields associated with the original collection of data. Here are the various fields that we collected in the EMS database, and here's the first record. This record even includes the notes that were generated in communicating between the vendor and the supplier. From here, we can return to the by-month report simply by clicking on these quick access tabs at the bottom of the screen. I can also look at other reports, such as the metrics report. This report was set up with certain key parameters to measure the performance of the process. Total days on rent, percent planned versus unplanned rentals, percent late. Each of these has a target parameter, and we have color coding associated with the data collected to give us some indication where we may be having problems. We can also access the toolbar that allows us to do many of the normal Excel functions, such as copy out, email the report, or print the report. I think you can see that this powerful yet user-friendly BI tool connected to the EMS database gives users the opportunity to analyze the equipment rental process in more detail, monitor the performance of the process over time, and look for further opportunities for cost reduction. EMS provides the workflow management and back-end data analysis needed to understand and control the costs of construction equipment rentals. EMS takes the guesswork out of the process and replaces it with an easy-to-use system that enables renters and rental equipment suppliers to collaborate and share information needed to execute an efficient and cost-effective equipment rental process. EMS is offered as software as a service, so there is no software to buy and no impact on your internal IT resources. One monthly service fee covers the access to EMS, the hosting of your data, help desk support, and system upgrades as they become available. So, if your operation is anything like the Canadian Energy Company, you have the potential of saving $5 million per year for an investment of less than $100,000 per year. If this sounds interesting, call us. We'd be glad to talk to you about your specific requirements.